Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Keyblade Master and welcome again to my channel. Now, today I went and saw Batman v Superman and all the critics' reviews say it's a bad movie. What do I think? Well, my complaints about this movie are about the same that I had with the original Man of Steel in a way. If you take it a scene by scene, I can't really name a scene that's like god awful or terrible, but just the way the movie is structured, jointed out, and put together is a hot, steaming mess, and it makes it boring by the end. Now, I knew there would be trouble with this, and what this is DC trying to catch up with Marvel. Marvel has a decade lead with establishing an expanded universe for their comic book characters to be in, and DC wants to catch up, and the parody site Dorkly kinda caught on to the problem with DC trying to catch up too fast, too soon. Marvel took years establishing its universe. The first 5 or 6 Marvel movies were more like hints that we're going to have this established universe, we're going to have crossovers. They didn't deliver until 2012 and after several movies. But we got fleshed out characters. They didn't have to spend too much time explaining or updating you on these characters. You knew them already if you watched the film. If not, there's not too much backstory that they have to really rely on, and you're going to have a great time. With Batman v Superman, right out of the gate, we're going to have problems because they have not given Ben Affleck his own Batman movie. Now, I can understand Warner Brothers' hesitation of rebooting the Batman series again for a third time in 30 years, but I was like, the second they give this Batman any type of tropes that's different than mainstream Batman, we're going to have troubles. And that's exactly what happens. Right from the get-go, he gets a quirk. It's kind of a nice one. He likes to brand criminals that he thinks are especially nasty, rapists, pedophiles, with his own brand, so in prison they can get picked on and beat up. But where does this Batman get the idea to do something? What's his character mindset to do something and to go pick a fight with Superman? They try to explain it to the best they can, but everything has to be rushed. We don't have time to really learn too much about who Bruce Wayne is in this expanded universe, and you kind of have to explain Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne's a major character. He's bigger than the Flash. He's bigger than Green Lantern. You need to know who Bruce Wayne is. And you don't get much. And then the rest of the movie, the Superman scenes would be good in a Superman movie. The Batman scenes would be good in their own Batman movie. But they don't squash well together because, again, we haven't had much time really developing each one of the characters yet for a crossover. And then they just throw Wonder Woman in for the heck of it. Don't get me wrong, her hints at her parts are fun, but again, she's just tossed in there. And it just becomes dull after a while. And another problem I have with this movie, and I have a problem that's going to be with the other DC Universe movies coming forward, is they're just dark. Now, I can understand the Christopher Nolan series that happened a decade ago with Batman were especially dark, and they were really great films. But there was a reason to be dark. It's kind of just fit this character in this world of Gotham that they inhabited, that you needed to have him be a dark, brooding character. If you're going to do an expanded universe on these other characters, you're going to have to lighten the tone a little bit. The Marvel movies, even Deadpool, which was rated R, have flash, they have comedy, they have humor. Whether it be X-Men, whether it be Deadpool, whether it be a Disney Marvel movie like Thor or the Avengers, there's a sense of humor to them. I laugh at a lot of jokes that they crack. Here, not one joke. It was almost as bland as the Fantastic Four movie last year. Yes, I'm comparing this movie to the Fantastic Four. It's a bit unfair, but I was checking my watch to see what time it was just as much towards the end as the Fantastic Four, so it fits. But, there's no humor, there's no warmth, and after a while, you just kind of get fed up with it being so dark and brooding all the time. So, yeah, I was kind of bored. Now, if you're wondering about the Batman versus Superman once they get together and how they interact, okay, the fight, although it's a rather brief fight, is very entertaining. It is definitely the highlight of the movie. Um, Check it out when it hits Netflix and check out that scene. It's done very well. Batman using his gizmos to weaken Superman and kind of just them hashing it out is really fun. And then, them coming together afterwards is a little rushed. Again, if they had split these into different movies so we know these characters have had them fleshed out, you wouldn't have to feel like you're rushing in a 2.5+ hour flick. And that's the problem. It rushes. Despite its length, it rushes. So it's just a hot, steaming mess. Would I recommend it? Only to hardcore DC fans. You might get a kick out of it. Ben Affleck is a great Batman. They need to give him his own movies establishing his characters. I think the Wonder Woman character they made here would be good in her own movie too, but they needed to have their own movies first. They needed to flesh out the characters before they brought them together. This is a mess, and it's just kind of dull. So, yeah, count me as one of the people who didn't really enjoy this movie. Is it the worst movie I've ever seen? No, it's not even the worst comic book movie I've ever seen. But it's not an enjoyable flick. This is Tommy the Keyblade Master signing out. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below.